Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. The Honorable for Mr. Kustono Adi as my lecturer of Seminar Tugas Akhir courses, and also my friends who watching these videos and give me opportunity to explain my research proposal. The title is Fingerprint Analysis for the Characterization of Antioxidant Activity by an FTIR-based metabolomic approach in Acalypha indica based on drying variations. Firstly, my name is Amira Salwa Bahira and my third last number is 066. Well, there are my general outline. First is background of the research, second is aim of the research, third scope of the research, and last is methodology. First is background of the research. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said in Quran Surah Asy-Syu'ara verse 7, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Awalam yarau ilal ardi kam ambatsna fiha min kulli zawjin karim. In the Tafsir Al-Misbah, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala say to all of humans to not only sing the plant for only shape, color, flavor, and taste, but also utilize any plants in this world for healthy bodies such as for medicine. Acalypha indica is one of the medicinal plants that often grown in garden and roadsides. People usually use these plants for any various diseases, such as for vomiting blood, malnutrition, malaria, diabetic, and others. Scientifically, it has been proven that Acalypha indica has pharmacological activities such as antioxidant, anti-cancer, antibacterial, anti-diabetic, and antifungal. Those pharmacological activities that can caused by the group compounds that contain inside Acalypha indica, such as flavonoid, tannin, alkaloid, saponin, and others. To identify that Acalypha indica is a standard herbal medicine, so we can observe through biological activities that influenced by abiotic factors such as geographical location, soil type, leaf age, seedling origin, and drying method. In this research, I chose drying method as my abiotic factors that influence the biological activities inside Acalypha indica. Drying variation can be done by several methods, such as direct sunlight drying, oven drying, and deep drying greenhouse, which can be called shade drying. Various drying methods have an impact on the bioactive content and antioxidant activity produced. Next is antioxidant activity test that can using the DPPH method. DPPH is one of the methods that evaluate the potential of a group compounds that can transfer hydrogen atom to catch the free radical antidote. The parameter used to measure antioxidant activity is the IC50 or inhibition concentration 50% value. FTIR-based metabolomic approach. Because Acalypha indica contains various components, so that using Fourier infrared spectroscopy or FTIR to determine functional group that correlate with the influence of different drying methods on the metabolite profile in biological activity in plants. Due to a wide range of variables produced based on the FTIR spectral profile, it is necessary to classify the sample by profile using chemometric analysis. Chemometric analysis in this research, it can be used for to reduce the big data without losing the original data. Chemometric analysis have two methods. First is principal component analysis or PCA. PCA is one of methods for grouping sample by profile that can caused by the different drying variations such as sun, oven, and shade. The data result of PCA is used to identify the metabolite profile of each sample. Samples with similar profile will be collected together in the same group. If the sample got separated of each other, so that means there is no effect. The second method is orthogonal partial least squares discriminant or OPLSDA. OPLSDA is to identify the variables that have the greatest discriminatory power. So in this method, only discriminant two kinds Example like strong or weak, active or inactive. So that is the variables that are most able to differentiate between the drawing variation. The data result such as score plot, S-plot, and VIP score of OPLSDA to analyze functional groups that are correlated with active antioxidant components in various drawing variation. Aim of the research first is to determine the effect of different drawing method on metabolite profile of Acalypha indica using PCA multivariate analysis. Second, to determine the functional groups of active compound that are actively correlated with antioxidant activity in Acalypha indica using OPLSDA multivariate analysis. Scope of the research. First, the sample used was Acalypha indica leaves that taken from Sidoarjo area, East Java. The variety of drying method used is drying using sun, shade, and oven. The solvent used is ethanol. The method of identifying metabolic compounds uses FTIR spectroscopy, and chemometric analysis uses multivariate PCA and OPLSDA. Step of the research. First, Acalypha indica plant taken from the Sidoarjo area, and then we need to sample preparation before, and we need to weather bath ultrasonic extraction, and then the extract can be tested antioxidant activity using the DPPH method. And the next extract can identification to analyze the functional groups using FTIR ATR. Next, processing of FTIR data using orange mining. And the last is multivariate analysis using PCA and OPLSDA methods. First step in this research is sample preparation. First, wash and spray the leaves from the stems, and then drying using different drying process such as sun, shade, and oven using 40 until 50 degrees Celsius. And we need to mash using the blender until powder is formed. Next is sift using 90 mesh so that fine powder from Acalypha indica is obtained. And the last is we got powder of Acalypha indica. Next, ultrasonic extraction water bath. First, 5 grams of Acalypha indica powder measure using the analytical weight, and then dissolve in 50 milliliter ethanol in aniline layer, and then extract using ultrasonic with a frequency of 20 at room temperature for 30 minutes, and then filter using filter paper to get crude extract from Acalypha indica, and then move into glass bottle and concentrated using a rotary evaporator, and next move into small vial. Next step is antioxidant test using DPPH. First step is determination of the maximum wavelength of DPPH. First, add 3 milliliter ethanol, and then add 1 milliliter of 0.2 DPPH solution, and add into cuvette, and then lambda max of the solution was found in the wavelength range of 500 and 530 nanometers using a UV Fizz instrument. Next step is measurement of antioxidant activity of Acalypha indica compounds. First, 10 mg extract dissolved with ethanol 20 milliliters, and then pour into 20 milliliters measuring flask as a stock solution. And then make a concentration variation of 25, 50, 100, 150, and 200 ppm. And then add 3 milliliters extract plus 1 milliliters DPPH. And then we need to vortex. Next is incubated at 37 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes and measure the absorbance using UV Fizz. Last is chemometric analysis. First, crude extract identificate using ATR FTIR, and then analyze data of FTIR using software, namely Orange Mining. Let's input the CSV data from Orange into MetaboAnalyst 6.0 web for determine the PCA and OPLSDA data. That's enough from my presentation. I'm sorry if there's any mistake. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.